Live. Hey, everybody. Welcome back to Capstone Games on this beautiful Friday, spring. We're here to talk about
It's been a week.
It's been a week, yeah. It's been, the last 10 days have been chaotic, to say the least. And everybody's talking about this tariffs and how they're affecting business in the States. And I'm here with Christopher just to talk about. Usually we're playing games on Friday, but today we thought we could kind of let you know where we're positioned with everything and what we're going to do, and then showcase some of the fun games that we got coming out as well, just to end it on a positive note, more or less. I mean, right?
Yeah. Why not?
So,
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm still excited about our games.
Yeah.
Yeah. And on that note, I mean,
Yeah, so here's the deal. Like, yes, there's tariffs out there right now, especially on the Chinese goods that are coming into the States. It started at 20% like last Wednesday, and we've had 4 or 5 increases. I've lost count. I don't know how many times. It's a fun game to play now of like, what's the tariff rate today?
yeah.
It's 145% as of today. The Chinese government put 125% tariffs on goods going into China from the U.S. last night,
Mm-hmm.
and I don't know what's going to happen. I'm anticipating they go up to 200%, but I don't think that they'll be able to stay that long. I mean, realistically, the consumer goods market in the entire United States is going to completely collapse. Our dollar currency is getting smashed by all of the major currencies, like the euro. We always pay attention to the euro because we do
Yeah.
some business with European partners, and the euro is so strong against the dollar right now, and it's just getting stronger. Our stock markets are crashing and burning pretty hard. The bond markets very unstable. Everything's volatile right now. So, we're just kind of in a position where we can't really move forward because we're so uncertain with these times. We have 10 days of tariff changes, which directly affect our business. So we can't, the short story of this is we can't really move forward with our stuff right now. We do have a lot of things on a boat right now. Fortunately, those will be on the 20% tariff fee, whatever you want to call it. But going forward, yeah, we're gonna have to figure out what we're gonna do. Hopefully, in a month, these tariffs come back down to something more normal. Hopefully, they get rid of them, but we all know that's not going to happen.
Yeah.
So, I think they're here to stay.
Do we have a comment or a
Yeah,
question?
you've got a couple things to read through.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So Soren's running this. You can jump in anytime, man.
Yeah.
I do have a couple comments on some other things related to this, but we'll jump into some comments as well.
So Josh Berg says, obligatory question, will the recent tariffs impact any upcoming releases like Galileo Galilei or Tea Garden? How will they impact any other Capstone releases slated for 2025?
Yeah, so Galileo and Tea Garden are both going to be hit with tariffs, but we are going to consume those 100%. The price of Galileo and Tea Garden are going to remain at $60. So you're good to go there. With Tea Garden, we have another game that we haven't officially announced yet. We'll talk about that in a little bit, but it's in the same container as that, so we will consume those tariffs, and Raising Chicago as well. But going forward, anything that we reprint right now, we're looking at, if it costs $10 to make, we're looking at a $14.50 tariff tax on that good. So
Yeah.
that $10 game becomes a $25 production cost, which you can just, imagine the MSRP over $100 for something like that. So that's that's why we're kind of like, we're going to hold back and see if these tariff numbers come down. So hopefully that answers your question, Josh. So what's the next one?
Bottom Shelf Board Game says, tariffs are like my jokes. Nobody asked for them, and no one is happy.
It's all your fault, Alex. Why'd you do this?
I wondered when Alex was going to jump in. Okay, at least there's a little
Yeah.
levity there. Thanks, Alex.
Yeah.
Alex also commented on 4 or 5 increases so far.
So yeah,
Yeah, it's been 4 or 5. I don't know.
So yeah, Clay's going to be out of town next week. We had some stuff already planned for the spring. He's going to be out of town next week. I'm going to be out of town the week after that. We were kind of chatting this morning. Our goal is to just like have some mental health space for us and our families and everything else, and take a reevaluation in May. That's when you'll hear some things.
We do have some games.
Yeah.
We have like Arc Nova is being reprinted right now, and
Yeah.
Black Forest is being reprinted right now. They're going to be ready to go soon. So when I say go, I mean leave the factory and get on a boat. And it's just really like I'm really hoping that in the next couple weeks we can come back down to reality with these tariffs. Otherwise, we're gonna have to get really creative on how we price these games essentially. So,
Yeah, I mean, the good news is for both us and you out there, fans, is we're going to be at Gen Con.
Yep.
We're not backing out of that. I know that there's been some discussion from other companies on things like that, but you can count on us being there. You can count on us providing a fun time with the games that we're demoing. We've already committed to that. We are doing that. We're going to have some nice things going on there, and gonna be available to people, so you don't have to worry about those sorts of things.
we have a ton of new products that are going to be at Gen Con. Origins, we're going to have a ton of new products. The whole summer convention schedule is awesome. So
Yeah. So there's stability in that way. Because I know some people are like, "What is happening? Is everything?" There are, and I think somewhat rightfully so. There are some people who are saying, I'm not going to be able to continue business. That's not the case for Capstone. Thankfully, right now, we have a lot of good games coming. So
so we're going to be able to make it through this situation. I think we'll come out strong, but just an anecdote to this, like Christopher and I, we went over to funny in Cincinnati. There is a board game manufacturer, Late for the Sky. If you're familiar with like Golfopoly, Catopoly, if you have a small town and they have a Walmart there. I don't know.
There was like Hilton Head. There was
Hilton Head
some
Island,
islands
Opoly.
down in Georgia and things like that. I guess there's a comment in the chat. Is it a question related to what we're talking about?
Not quite related, but you can finish.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we'll come back to that. But
Yeah.
we went to Late for the Sky, and Bill, the owner, he's been in the printing industry. I think
30 plus years.
Yeah, he's got so much experience.
And he had a combination of like some of the printers from Japan, the UK, and Germany as far as his production capabilities. But
Yeah, so we showed him. We brought in a card game, Stick'em. We brought in Meltwater as a medium weight, like not very complex with components. And then we brought in like Galileo and Crystal Palace with a bunch of components to show him these are the different types of products we make. Because Bill at Late for the Sky, he does a fantastic job at making one standardized game. The game board is always the same. The components inside the game box are pretty much always the same, dimensions and everything.
Yeah.
And we showed him, hey, here's how we come in at designing games. When we don't look at standardization, we look at what's good for the game to make the game the best playing experience you can have with it. And so he's looking at these components like the punch board, and he was like, man, this is like the best quality I've ever seen of like the thickness and the density of the cardboard components, the punch boards, how everything just kind of falls out so easily. The cut marks on the die lines are just flawless. And he said, if you want to do this, I mean, you're looking at probably like $30-$40 for us to print something like this. It's kind of
I mean, what he essentially was saying is, if you want to get to the point where you can make things at the same quality that we're seeing come out of Germany, which is a higher price than China, you're going to be talking about $300 games for the games that we usually price at $70 to $80.
So I want to say we did our due diligence. We tried to find some manufacturers in the United States, and this is the feedback we're getting. So we just the Chinese, the Europeans as well. I mean, you got some factories in the Czech Republic, Poland, Germany, and the Netherlands. They all specialize in that, and more. I would say more so in China, because a lot of the factories that we've worked with in Europe still source parts of their games from China, like the
Yeah.
specialized wooden components. They've just done a phenomenal job. The finesse that they have in creating these games is just unparalleled. And we are way behind the eight ball on this. For like,
I mean, that's part of the thing too. Is
From
there something in the chat, Soren, you want to share?
I'm going to cut you guys off here because
Okay.
we've got a good chunk of things to read.
Okay, and then we can talk about specialization more in a second.
that's fine.
Because I think that's part of the industry that people don't realize related to printing. But yeah,
Yeah.
what's in the chat?
George Castle, related to the tariffs, was saying, I wonder what this does to Kickstarters.
I have opinions on that.
Yeah, I mean, we don't know for sure yet. I will say anecdotally that what we have already seen is that there are way less projects than there were a year ago. People are pulling back from like launching the Kickstarters that they were going to launch. Friends and acquaintances within the industry that I know have decided to hold off on those.
I think your big box Kickstarters are in trouble. I think it's
Yeah.
going to be difficult to get that in right now. Like, I'm not going to talk about specific ones.
Yeah,
that
I don't want to
but
talk about a specific
I just-
company, but I mean, we already knew that they were in somewhat trouble, and then this hit, and so it's like a double whammy for
But
that.
this shouldn't come as a shock though,
Yeah.
because you got to think this box, like the big box stuff, is a big box. It's going to have a high cost to make it. Now you got to pay 145% of that cost just in a tax to get it into the States.
Yeah.
I mean, that's just, that's out there. I mean, that's not shocking to anybody. It's just, hopefully these numbers come down. That's all we're hoping for.
Yeah, and it's not like Hong Kong, because of Hong Kong's changed in the last few years. Even if it's coming out of Hong Kong, that is now marked as made in China.
Yeah.
So that's important to remember.
Yeah.
Was there another comment?
Imagine Eric said, are the tariffs charged based on when the boat's left?
It's a gray area because you can go on the customs website and Homeland Security, whatever the division it is, but you can see the different the cutoffs that they have. And I believe it is once it leaves the port of China, it's on a boat, then you're safe. Because it does feel as a business, it feels very blindsided because all of a sudden out of nowhere, it's like, boom, 34%. And you got to pay that now. Like there's no grace period of like 90 days. Like in 90 days, we're going to implement this.
Yeah.
And then all of a sudden, like in the last 10 days, it's exploded all the way up to 145%. Completely devastating for businesses. I mean, as a business, you can't plan. I cannot say that enough. It really puts you in a holding pattern of like, we can't function as a business with 145% tariff. Nobody's going to want to pay $200 for, like Arc Nova or something like that. Just the base game itself.
Yeah, and I think that's part of the thing too. Is like people ask, why does it turn into the board game costing this much more? Why don't you just add this on as like I think Frank from City of Games and others have said, why don't you just add on like a $5 tariff surcharge or whatever the tariff is and just pass that on every part of it? Well, the truth is for many companies, it's the capital out the door at the beginning. So you need
your landed cost.
Yeah, your landed cost. You have to adjust for that, and then the distributor again is, and we already know that is. I mean, we could go on a whole thing with what's happening.
The situation of distribution
with
for the US.
Alliance Entertainment buying
Alliance
Distribution recently. If you haven't been following that, but that is a whole nother outlay of capital for them that they only recoup 10% at most, often less, because they, most of the people that work picking, if you've never been to a distribution facility, most people picking are not board gamers. And honestly, what happens half the time is there's damages at a distribution facility. So the distributor is eating those damages themselves. So their real cost, their real margin is closer to like 8% or less. And so they are working on very narrow margins, and if they were just to absorb this as a thing of, we're going to wait until we pass on this direct cost rather than changing the amount that the final MSRP is, that's problematic for them too, just to deal with that, because I've seen some of that discussion too. Any other questions in the chat, Soren?
Um, Somebody said, in my opinion, I hope these tariffs will slow down the industry. Too many games releases and way too many game publishers just releasing pointless games. Things need to slow down and get unflooded.
There's a fair point to that. I mean, I think for the last 5 years have talked about this market is very saturated. It's very difficult to stand out, and I think there's some truth to that, but not at 145%. I mean, that tariff rate, it's a blanket tariff too, so it's not very thought out. It's on everything that comes in from China. It doesn't matter what it is. It's 145% in addition to any other tariffs that were already imposed upon it. Board games were fortunate to have a 0% tariff before we got started here. So we're looking at whatever the current tariff schedule is. But
I would say in response to that, that sounds great to not have to worry about oversaturation. But personally, from a free market perspective, I'm more about the market doing that correction rather than an outside influence like this because I think a lot of innovation comes. We've seen we are currently in, and it might be ending, but I think we are in a golden age of board games.
I do too.
We've seen really interesting mechanics and blending of mechanics and the hybridization of mechanics over the last few years, and we don't have.
If you slow that down to like super low numbers, that innovation's definitely going to die off.
Yeah, I mean.
That's
Do
a
you
good
want
point.
to see a bunch more Monopoly type of things? Because that's what people are gonna do what's safe, and if we are completely slowed down, and then when you do what's safe and you're constrained in that way, you're gonna lose opportunities to see what is interesting. Are there too many games? Absolutely yes, but we were already seeing companies close. We were already seeing people make bad mistakes both financially and with designs, and the market was largely handling that. I personally, I just akin it to like, do we want less authors in the world of books? No.
Yeah, it is very. It's very. You can correlate between the books and that. I think you have a very solid point. The free market will determine that.
Yeah.
And this is very anti-free market right now. That's how I feel about this.
That's how I feel too.
And yeah, there are a lot of board games, but at the same time, yeah, I think your brand and the games you put out will definitely, make a statement if you do something really good.
I mean, you partially tell us by what you buy
Yeah.
whether we've made a good decision.
We pay attention. We
Yeah.
do.
Yeah, right. Whether it was a good decision to put out this game versus this game too.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Bottom Shelf Board Game says, artificially limiting the market seems short-sighted. I would like to see a large swath of games out there to create a breeding ground of creativity and let the audience decide what's worth playing.
I agree.
Yeah.
I agree.
That changed my opinion big time because at first I was like, yeah, that's a good point, but now I think that I'm on that side because it's true, man. You will lose innovation if you have a few games on the market because, like you said, you'll do what's safe, and it's just going to be very small iterations of your previous stuff.
Yeah.
And that's not fun.
Imagine Eric said, after the pandemic, we saw it and still see inflated prices on goods after supply, even returning to pre-COVID levels. Do you think post-tariff game prices could increase to provide higher margins?
Ooh.
Oh. How do you want to answer that one?
I wouldn't do that. I would. We will keep our same margin that we had before, and we've grown this business. I started this in 2015. Officially released our first product in 2016. So, building it through 10 years. This year, I got it to the point where I could only dream of it being there. I was actually talking to Marty from Rolling Dice and Taking Names about this. And if you don't watch that podcast, it's great. Definitely check out their show. But this was supposed to be our year of like really kind of blossoming out with some incredibly awesome games. And now it's kind of up in the air of like some of these titles. It's like, oh man, I don't know. It's just we're in this like gray area of indecision. So it's a little devastating to have that happen, and it's all man-made art. It's artificial. It's not like something drastic. An outside player came in and caused this current situation. This is literally one person that did this. So it's just a little devastating, but we're getting through it. Didn't mean to go off on a tangent on that. Sorry. Just
it is. I mean, I will say from my perspective, it is hard. I don't know that we're answering Eric's question other than to say like, we don't do this just to like fleece people for the margin's sake. I think sometimes there's that perception that like, we automatically want to like have this massive margin and whatever. But we want to make a living doing something that we enjoy.
we put a lot of passion and energy into our games. We select the games. We're very selective. We say no a lot. I mean, Chris has seen it because he'll test a couple games and like, hey, what do you think about this? And it's like, we'll test it out and we're like, yeah, this is not it. This is not for us. And so we've been doing that a lot lately. But there's some pretty cool stuff. We actually did one today. I was very excited about.
Yeah, I mean that's
super unique.
Yeah, oh gosh, yeah, we want to make good games. I mean, but that's the thing that doesn't get seen on the other side, right? Is that there's basically this funnel of like, here's 100 games that people have. We take I kind of take a look at those, and then I take the better ones of those, and then Clay and I take a look together, and then we narrow down on that, and then bring those games, the final ones, to like, okay, those are the games that we want to present to everyone.
Yeah.
So, all that to say, margins, are they going to change afterwards? I don't
think they would. I mean, there's no reason to. I mean, because somebody will come under you with a standardized price of something.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. Go ahead.
George Castle said the collateral damage to slow down are much larger than just saturation and may hinder innovation. And
yeah, it's going back.
I'm very sorry. I'm gonna butcher the pronunciation of your name. Georgie Orbeshinu.
Okay.
They were the person who made the comment before about tariffs slowing down the industry. They commented again saying, it's pretty hard to innovate already. I think about the many mechanisms and gimmicks which already exist, and the combinations between them. Something groundbreaking in the tabletop world won't happen often. Well, I'm going to say something here. I think you might listen to George here, take what they say into account. The collateral damage to slow down will only hinder innovation more.
Yeah. Yeah, I agree. I mean, if it's already hard, why do we want to make it harder?
Right.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I mean, maybe we need to have another talk at some point just about innovation in games and where we went, and like that'd be a fun conversation to have another time of like, hey, here's our favorite games from 20 years ago, because I mean we've talked about that before, some games that we really enjoy and still enjoy, and then where are we at? So that. Yeah, I don't want to get too sidetracked.
We should schedule something in the next month or so to talk about innovation in games.
That's a great topic.
Yeah, solid topic.
To close this topic off, Bottom Shelf Board Game says, yes, innovation is hard. Increasing costs makes the barrier higher for taking chances on strange new designs or designers without proven track records.
Agreed. 100%.
Yeah, very well said.
Yeah, does anybody have any other questions kind of on the business side before we talk about some fun stuff with, we have the Commanders expansion here. We have some other things we kind of want to show you, but we don't want to transition before people are ready.
If you're going to, I just want to talk about some of the shows. We'll be at Geekway in May. Aaron's going to be there. Christopher, you going to that? Nope. Okay.
Nope.
We'll still have a presence there.
Yep.
Aaron does a really good job. I think Alicia, his wife's going to be there too. So we'll have a couple other Capstone people. But after that, we'll be at Origins Game Fair in Columbus in June. Then we head to Gen Con. Then we're off to Essen.
Yeah.
And then we'll wrap it up with PAX Unplugged. But we also have CapCon. We
Yeah.
still have a couple tickets left, I think, in the 20s. Maybe 15.
Like 15 to 20 tickets left for CapCon.
Oh, wow. It's definitely gone.
I think.
Okay. So this is your chance. I think we'll sell out relatively quickly to that. So
Yeah.
that's here in Cincinnati.
I did have a question last night at game night about that. Like, why is this costing $50 if it's at your location? Just to make clear, we are shutting down the store that weekend. So Friday, Saturday, Sunday, it will just be for those attending CapCon. You're gonna get some swag. Like this isn't some kind of big money making event for us. This is us like, hey, we love our fans. We want to do something special. That's what this weekend is.
Yeah.
There's a couple of people I haven't asked their permission yet to share, but there's a couple people who are also like designers in the industry who are coming to that I'm very excited.
Yeah, you told me.
Like, there's actually like 3 people that I'm very excited about that are going to be coming to. So you're going to get like almost one-on-one time just hanging out with
it's very small. It's I mean we're capping at I think 100 people, so we're real close to that. But yeah, like Christopher said, we're shutting everything down. There's like free T-shirt. We got a swag bag, so you're gonna come out on top of this for sure. So.
Yeah, it's gonna be a special experience, I think. But related to that. Conventions, but before for our retailer friends, thanks for when you watch these too. I will be at ACD in May. So if you have any questions or ongoing questions about our release schedule and things like that, I'd love to talk to you in person too.
So. Bottom Shelf Board Games asks, can we sleep in the warehouse?
We do have a couch out there now. We've doing some rearranging. We have a couch out there for you.
We have space for one in the warehouse.
First come, first serve.
Yes. Yep, first come, first serve.
All right. So hopefully that helps everybody out with tariffs. We are going to wait and see. I'm going on vacation next week. I think you're going the week after that. So in May, we're going to have to really come out with something more public on what our decision is, depending on where the current state of events lie, and we'll see what that is at that time. Yeah. But I have a general plan. I just don't want to say anything publicly right now because of how volatile everything is.
Yeah.
I think that's fair.
I don't think there's anything else we should be. I mean, for several reasons, I think it's important to wait.
Yeah, we have a ton of stock though. I mean, we're all the stuff that we have in here there's no tariffs on it, so it's great. So. Yeah. Anyway,
let's talk about Pirates of Maracaibo Commander. I know some of you are very excited about this game, including Jeremy, if Jeremy watches or later on. But this is the expansion. Has been out for a while. And on that note, we will be helping to co-sponsor the SN kind of. Is it a contest or how are we doing that with Games Up? The expansion cards.
The fan created ones.
Yeah, the fan created stuff.
Yeah, I think Ralph at Games Up has all that information, but we're gonna definitely partake in that.
Yeah.
So
it's
on Board Game Geek.
Yeah, it's on Board Game Geek, but very excited about this. I know some of you enjoy, but we're gonna show off some of the cards. We have the cards here. Show you. We'll have it on the website soon, ish. I mean, some things you got to be flexible with us here. But our photographer is taking pictures. Soren, let's switch to this.
We want to get some good pictures of the products to showcase. I think we would feel very uncomfortable just having just a box image with a pre-order link. I want to show you what you're getting. Yeah, that's why we do this.
So if you don't know what's in it, we have these. Now I was hoping because I got to play this back when this was just on Tabletop Simulator, but there are cannons now, and so if you're familiar with the base game, you have your upgrades on your ship. So are you showing over here or are you showing over here, Soren?
We're looking at the board right now.
We're looking over at the board. Okay, so this card, for example, these are all cards. And if you're like, how would I know that these are cards from Commander? There is a small C with the card number down here, so you can pull them out.
Right below the name.
Yeah, right below the name of the card. But these are all cards from the new Commander's expansion. But like this one would take 2 of your existing upgrades and replace them with cannons. Cannons are great because they add to your strength to attack forts. Forts are these things that are going to go out on locations where they have a strength, like this one is 7, and then it gives you 5 points when you
Defeat the fort.
You defeat it, yeah. So it's pretty great. And this one, so this is St. Vincent. This is down by like St. Croix, right? So real place down in the Caribbean as all.
Let's go.
Yeah, it sounds great right now. It's April and it's still like 50 today in
I
Cincinnati.
don't even think it's gonna be 50. But anyway.
Yeah, we're under our freeze warning, and it's the middle of April. Yeah. Okay, but this one is like you get an upgrade, and then you can attack in a fort, and then for every fort that you've defeated, you get a point.
Yeah. Here's the cannons. They go on your board.
They're pretty great. You want to switch to this camera real quick, Soren? So if you can see them, there are these little round, the little round things that like just straight up.
It makes it look like a little
little
battleship.
You got a little ship going on there, right?
You just replace any of the existing upgrades you already have.
Yeah, and that just adds to your strength.
Bottom Shelf Board Game says it's 82 here right now.
I don't want to hear about California right now, Alex.
Man. California dreaming right now.
And somebody else says the game looks gorgeous with the expansion.
It is fun. And then we'll go back to this board because here's my personal favorite. The cards are great. They add a lot of fun and difference. We'll talk about rum in a second. But this is a new Maracaibo board. And with it, you can do these interchangeably. Basically, you have 4 different ways. You can just set these up randomly.
There's 4. Each side is double-sided with something different on each side. So you can use side A and side B on the other sheet, or do side B and side A or side A.
Yeah. So you're going to port like usual, and then these sides are different with what they have, and it's pretty great. I really like that variability. I think this is fun because I think the exploration board just offers a lot to it. I enjoy the game. Also related to that, we have rum. Oh. So we'll talk about rum real quick, and that's related to the captains. Yeah, Play has. Yeah,
I'm excited because of all the captains you can choose from.
Look how many captains you get. I feel like I'm on like the Home Shopping Network right now.
Look at these captains. You can have them all.
You can have, but like you get all these captains. Here's what's great about captains. There's 2 sides to them. You're gonna get one that is gonna be your captain, and then the other one is gonna be this kind of little mini game that you're playing here. Where as you get rum, you would put your rum here. So rum can either go on your board. That's one thing you can do with the rum. So these go out on locations. This would say you're doing the rum action. And like if you already have the rum on your board over here, then you can then put it here and get this bonus. When you get a fort on this side, so I've conquered this fort, and I've gotten rum, then I get to get all my income from points here because I've done this thing and this thing on this side. Do all 4 things on your board. So this would have to be a yellow fort. So use the yellow dice to do it, green fort and a white fort and a rum. Once I've done all those, then I get the thing in the middle too. So that's the backside of all the captains. They're all different. They have all different things like that on those sides. It's great. I didn't see that one before. Discount to cars. Yeah, those are nice. But then the captains are all different. They have this alliterative thing going on here. But so this is Looting Lannister, and Looting Lannister has his own stuff again with the little okay, what order am I going to fill out the rum and rum or a fort over here? Yeah. So they're all pretty nice. I like this. I like the new exploration boards. It's a nice bit of content that is in that box there. So, Any questions on Pirates of Maracaibo Commanders? We will be playing this soon-ish.
I want to do it when I get back. Wait for me, man.
Yeah. Just messing. I think Aaron and I are actually going to play Ark Nova when Clay's out of town next week. We're going to play Ark Nova with Marine Worlds expansion.
Ooh, nice.
Because I'm not going to make Clay admit last time he actually played Ark Nova.
It's been a while.
It's been a while.
I've been busy.
Yep.
Bottom Shelf Board Games just said not 1, not 2, but 12 captains.
12 captains. That's
so
right.
Many captains.
It's all the captains. I'm gonna push. Let's push this off to the side.
Yep, I got you.
Yeah. Real quick, let's talk about this. We will do an unboxing of this when Clay gets back. We'll probably actually
do it.
We'll do an overview of it when Clay gets back because That's a long time to wait, and I'm excited about this. This is a Scott Alms game. Our goal was, well, I'm not going to guarantee anything right now, right? This is a Scott Alms game that originally our goal was Gen Con. We still have Gen Con stuff coming up, but we'll see right now.
Should be Gen Con.
Angel Share. This is for our expert level-ish people because this is a 90 to 120 minute game. Again, a partnership with Spielworks, where you are dealing with whiskey, cognac, and wine, and running your distillery.
Yeah, so Angel Share, if you're not familiar with the lingo for distilling, when you have your whiskey in a barrel just sitting there aging, you have the Devil's Cut, which is when the liquid absorbs in the wood,
Yeah.
and then you have the Angel Share, which is your evaporation out of the barrel.
Yep.
So just kind of a fun little mechanic that he built in there in regards to that. But it's a very economic game. We're gonna dive into it. I'm just excited because it's another Spielworks title. We did Racing Chicago, and that's coming out very soon. This is going to be the second Spielworks title. We've got many more planned as well. So we're getting into that more.
And for our Ohio, Kentucky friends, we are on that map, as we should be.
Absolutely. We're right there.
Yeah.
I'm very excited about that one.
Yeah. Let's talk Pagan.
Yeah, we have the brand new content packs. So Beyond the Palisades just came out. Soren, if you have any questions that pop up, just interrupt me. But we have 3 new content packs. These correlate with Beyond the Palisades, the expansion that just came out. I think it's in retail now. Retail stores that order direct from us have already had this for a while. Beyond the Palisades introduces 2 mechanics. Gloom, which the witch is going to have this ability. It's like a passive ability typically on these cards that come out. But the hunter's looking to cleanse the gloom, get rid of it off of the card. And once they do that, they get a one-time instant ability that's insanely powerful on the card. So
Referring to Angel's Share, Bottom Shelf Board Game said, whiskey, cognac, and wine, a.k.a. Capstone Breakfast?
I mean, that's the breakfast of champions now. I mean,
That's why we have a couch for you.
Yep. But yeah, so with the content packs, this will all correlate with and work with the gloom mechanic and Beyond the Palisades. The first one that we're going to release is Through the Mist. Here, there's some fun cards. Do we have any Through the Mist cards?
We do. Here you go. I put them in the wrong order.
Is this okay to see on here?
Yes.
Soren?
I'm
Yeah.
gonna-
So
I'm gonna lay
here's
these down. So
this is an enchantment for the witch. So how gloom works is if you play this card, you'll place 2 gloom counters, which are the little yellow skulls if you have the upgrade kit on the card. The hunter can only perform 1 visit a villager action each turn. It's brutal. And in order for the hunter to get rid of this card, this enchantment, they have to take one of their action pawns and use it to lift an enchantment, and they only remove 1 gloom counter.
Ouch.
So you need 2 action pawns to do that typically. But once they cleanse this card, the hunter's going to be able to add 3 clues to any combination of villagers and then ready a villager.
wow.
So just some fun mechanics here. I love the enchantments.
The game gets like it's already
for those
fun,
2
but it gets way more interesting as it grows. Like once you're familiar and to the point where your games are getting down to like 40, 45 minutes instead of that hour to hour and a half that it is when you're like learning how to play.
Yeah.
Once you're done to that point of the games getting faster, this stuff really makes it more interesting, I think.
I want to talk about 2 more cards from this pack because they're fun. So this is an investigation. This is a hunter card, stay on target. So when the hunter puts this on a villager, they'll put 3 gloom counters on it. And every time the witch visits that villager, 1 gloom is removed off the card. And once all 3 are gone, the hunter can eliminate a villager with 3 or more clues. And you don't remove any clues even if the villager was innocent. So it's a free elimination. That's a pretty powerful.
I see that being in a lot of decks. And to go back to Capcom, don't forget Nationals is at Capcom.
Yes.
Where we're going to be bringing some people out for that. So
Yeah, we're going to partner with 4 retail stores to bring winners of their regional tournament to CapCon.
Yeah.
The last one I want to talk about is Shrouded Hill. This is another hunter location card. It comes with 3 gloom, but when the hunter visits this location, they draw 2 cards and then remove a gloom. Once all gloom is gone, reveal the top 4 cards of your deck, play one of those cards for free, and then the rest go into your hand.
Oof.
So it's just
Ooh.
it just amplifies the game to another
Play
level.
one for free and then one goes in your hand.
Yeah.
Ah,
I like playing the witch, but
I got you.
I don't know if you guys saw the play with me and Aaron. I think 2 weeks ago or so. It was pretty intense.
George Castle said, I haven't tried Cooper Island, but I just noticed that on the Capstone site, it's for $20. I can't
You
beat
should
that.
get that. That's
That
a really good
is a steal.
deal. Yeah.
Cooper Island is a lot of fun.
So Beyond the Veil. This will be the final pack, but this is fun.
Oh, you want
No, it's fine. It's
You
just
want
more of the same.
Yeah.
Well, they are themed, honestly. So the
I
second
love
one,
some of the art here. It's really nice.
what is this one? Beyond the or
Until proven guilty.
Until proven guilty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here we go.
Remove 2 gloom to add a
Yeah.
favor to any villager.
As usual, Marin, you did all unique art and
There.
just some
This enchantment, the hunter can't use any of their location cards.
Gallivant said, have you considered a subscription option for Pagan?
There is that we have the Play Pagan network. I mean, it's free. You just go on there and create some decks and
Well-
everything. Oh, for the content.
yeah.
Oh.
You can't create your deck yet.
Oh yeah, I forgot. It is a little broken.
We are trying to figure. We don't know why. It was supposed to be ready to launch. Apologies. It's we've been big. They're probably like, why do they keep up? Because we want it to be available for you. That's why.
Yeah. It'll be available within a couple weeks for sure to deck
Yeah.
build. But there's some more gloom cards here. Epiphany.
Is this Alex? He just got older.
Yeah, pretty much. I mean,
from Worm Gold, not Alex Singh, Alex.
Tanaka. I think
Yeah,
is his name.
from Worm
The
Gold.
owner. Yeah.
Yeah,
Just some fun stuff to check out.
yeah. Do you want to show any from the last one?
No, it's fine.
Okay. Yeah. I'm just gonna pull a couple and just show some art too. Don't have to talk about the mechanics on them.
Oh, Beyond the Veil.
Yeah. Just here. I'll do this one. So I'm not. Power and Darkness. Where was that one that? Is this the one?
Oh,
that,
I want to show you. This is
Okay,
a creepy
okay.
one. This is the creepiest. This one right here, Night Terror. I don't know why. That one to me is super creepy. The witch. What is this? An enchantment. So during witch's upkeep,
Yeah.
the witch will ready villagers equal to the amount of gloom on the card. So the witch is trying to add gloom to that card. But when it's cleansed, the hunter will draw 3 cards and ready all villagers. That's good.
Yeah. There was one I saw, and I can't remember it now, but there's some great stuff in here.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway.
There's a couple allies that give you evidence.
This is an interesting
Usually.
card. Dark Priorities.
This is a hunter card.
Yep.
Add a gloom.
Then remove a gloom.
So on any gloom card, you can
Right.
add one, but then you can.
Allows you to rotate for a single point
Yeah.
cost. Like that's
You-
interesting, right?
You might be able to remove that one last gloom on a certain card.
Yeah.
That's probably.
Yeah.
That's neat.
Yep. A lot of interesting things happening with these decks.
We should play We'll play Beyond the Palisades. We'll play a live stream of it once we do a couple more of the ancestor scenarios. They're just so fun to play. I love the scenarios.
Yeah. So, anything else anybody has questions about before we head out today?
Nope, nothing.
Okay.
All right.
Well,
About all we've got planned?
I'm sorry.
That's all we've got planned for today?
That's all we have planned today. We're still excited about our games. We're very excited. Galileo is on its way to Cincinnati right now, and we'll be sending those out very soon. If you pre-ordered, then in order, those will be going out to the people that pre-ordered those, and you'll be able to play that. We would love to see all your pictures, all your fun that you're having with that. Hopefully that can be a little bit of distraction as you get that game.
Yeah.
Imagine Eric said, "What are you guys playing these days?"
Excuse me. Do you want? What are you playing?
What have I been playing? I've been playing Pirates of Maracaibo with my family. My son is now 11, and he thinks it's one of the best games. My wife, on the other hand, it's not for her, but she'll play it because my 11-year-old will play it. So I think it's having just small anecdote. Sorry.
Yeah.
But we used to play like the Haba games. It was like My First Orchard and just like Forbidden Island, and I would GM that one for him. And now he's getting to play in Pirates of Maracaibo, and I'm like, all right, we're ready to go.
Yeah,
like let's get into some deep stuff. So
it's time for Crystal Palace.
yeah, I mean that's the next step, right?
Yeah.
Played Butterfly Garden with my 8-year-old, and he won 11-6.
What?
He's ruthless. So I swear,
This was head to head.
this was head to head. So
Okay.
in Butterfly Garden head to head, you don't share the flower beds. So he sees me getting these 2 pink ones real close to mine, ends up colliding them. No, not getting them.
Yeah.
He's pretty ruthless, man.
That's awesome.
So
Well, I just showed, as usual, I like trick taking games, and I just showed Clay Icarus Club, which I
That's
played
fun.
with Soren and Blaze, and I want to play that one again. But also Somnia last night, played Molly House again. So as usual, trick taking is affecting what I play. But what we're probably gonna we've been there's so many things that we want to do, and then like it's stupid things like tariffs come up, and that
consumes so much of your
time and energy. But like what Clay and I have been talking about and we want to do is a slightly different channel than this one, and I think we're going to do it, but like expect just like one shaky GoPro. That I want to lower your expectations as low as possible for this, because we don't want to redo this setup, but we'll have like a single camera, and we're going to play some other stupid stuff for you guys so you can see me lose and Clay win at some other things that we enjoy.
I don't know, not these games, man. Like the war games I'm not very good at, but I enjoy them.
So
yeah.
Carolingi, we got to play Carolingi.
Carolingi is great.
Yeah, it was a lot of fun.
That's a fun game. Not really chaotic. It's just it's just neat.
It's neat. I think
it
I'm gonna
orders that chaos.
I think I'm gonna have that one as an event for Capcom too. We could do a 6-player game of that. So if you want to play Carolingi with me for Capcom, and maybe Clay, I don't know.
I would probably be in that.
Yeah, you
I
want to
would
be on that?
absolutely be in that.
Okay.
That game is fun.
Okay, so yeah, that's what we've been playing, stuff like that.
Nothing else for today, I think.
Yeah. I just want to. I think we should do that. We'll do a separate channel. Call it something. I don't know, on the side or something. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But there's some stuff. We just want to play more stuff just to fine tune what's out there in the market and understand like where we can take our stuff. Yeah.
And I'm trying to talk Clay into start designing something with me.
God,
So we'll see. We'll see if that ever goes anywhere.
Yeah.
So
it has to be a golf game then. I'm just no, sports games do not sell. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
We all know this.
Yeah.
All right. Well, thanks, guys. Hopefully that clears the air a little bit. We'll have more information probably in May.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
All right.
Have a good weekend, everybody.